if this was happening in another country, the US would be like, it's time to bring some freedom to that country. It's literally that, where the people are or I shouldn't say the people. It seems like it's just a certain part of the people.
Minority.
Is it a minority?
It's not the majority of the country, but
it's not majority. Definitely not majority, but I wouldn't say it's a minority.
Yeah.
If it's, let's just say 10 million. I'm just giving a shit number here. That's what, 3% of the country?
Yeah.
But we got these types of people who are causing this much issue in a country for a president who's not yet in charge.
Yeah.
Now, can you imagine once Biden actually moves into office, which is, we'll get to it with the Simpsons predictions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's just funny that if this was happening in another country, they would invade them.
Yep.
They would cause civil unrest. They would cause massive problems. There'll be media after media after media. And a lot of people had a shot at Fox News. Now, again, Fox News is not necessarily the greatest media company in the world.
They're the most reliable. Not.
It took them that long to come out and actually brandish these guys as terrorists. Now, in their videos, what they were saying was it was funny. Like, again, I don't condone it. I personally think that what happened in the Black Lives Matter was absolute bullshit as well, where you can go and vandalize stores and it was all good because you were standing up for standing up for a cause. You know, Louis Vuitton, Nike, they didn't really give a shit. But now these guys are doing something similar, and they're straight away brandished as, you know, not brandished. They're brandished as peaceful protesters.
Yeah.
You know, Fox News. They label those guys as vandalists and pretty much almost terrorists. But these guys, there was a sentence that I saw. It was just funny of what the presenter on Fox News was saying. It was, there's been no vandalism by these protesters besides breaking into the Senate.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's something small, you know. It's just U.S. Congress. Don't worry about that. It's not Louis Vuitton. It's not Nike, man. Come on, this is just U.S. Congress. Who gives a shit about U.S. Congress?
Yeah.
And then there was a video where the guy stole the speaker stand from the actual, like, where they do the congressional speeches and stuff like that. And it was on, I think it was on Gumtree for like 90 grand, or their equivalent on Gumtree.
What a legend. Well, look, what's the motive behind going into, you know, into the Capitol and stuff? Like, what was behind this? Are they trying to kill someone? Are they trying to, like, because when you start to ask these questions, the law they're breaking, or the how can I say it? Their offense, does it align with treason? Because, like, treason's like the worst crime that you can commit. If your idea of busting into that place was to, you know, get rid of someone, you know, kill someone, cause damage, then these people should be heavily, you know, penalized.
So what the problem is, okay, so you got two sides to this. You got the Democrats, or let's say the people that support Biden. I'll say it like that. They believe that the election happened, Biden won, let's move on. He'll move into office, what is it, January 20th or 21st or something like that. He'll go there, he'll get inaugurated, and then pretty much move on. Then you have the other side who don't believe that the election was won or fair, or even that it was, what's the key word I'm looking for?
Fixed, rigged.
Fixed. They believe that it was fixed, okay? And that they believe that the election shouldn't count, and that there should be proper recounts, even though there's been multiple recounts. And again, whether they believe do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many ifs and buts to this, where it's like, do a recount. We did, you lost. Do another one. You did, you lost. Oh, I don't believe your recounts.
So all these people have to, like, write their name on a list. They're going to be called in individually, count all the votes themselves. It's never going to happen.
It's never going to happen. The result that they're after is not going to happen.
But look, the root of all this problem, okay, is, in my opinion, Trump. Why? Look, I'm not anti-Trump or Trump thing, but if he came out straight away and said, oh, you know, I want to recount, I'm going to take this to court, you know, if it was, say in Australia, right, Turnbull loses to the opposition leader, for example, right? He's not going, I want to recount, I want my people to, you know, stand up for their rights, you get me back in power. It's just like, okay, I'm done. Okay, I'm moving on. You know what I mean? Who's Trump for? The Republicans. The Republican Party needs to just get their shit together and be like, all right, Trump, you're done. We're either going to re-elect you as our leader or we're going to find somebody else, but we need to move on from this. But if you're just fueling the fire in a way, these people acting like this, these extremists, if you like, is quite normal because they're getting fueled, like I said, from Trump's remarks, his tweets, his response to the whole thing right from the start.
Oh yeah, when he said that he won't concede, or it was pretty much downhill when he started to say he won in certain states when the voting or the count wasn't finalized yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's been downhill ever since. But again, with that country's in all sorts of trouble at the moment because even when Trump moves out, which he did come out and say that, there will be, like recently, that there will be a peace or a proper changeover, if that makes sense. He got banned off Facebook. I think he got banned off Twitter. I could be wrong about that one, but I know Facebook definitely banned him, which, in my personal opinion, is another massive problem because if that meant, like, what gives Facebook the right to ban him based on what he wants to say as a freedom of speech?
Yeah, that's right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's another category itself. But with all these issues, look, again, you had a woman die there now. That woman's actually been... There was a woman that got shot by the police officer when they were trying to break in or whilst she was already in there. And now she's been hailed as pretty much a hero by her part, and then she's been labeled as a terrorist by the other people, and she's getting mocked online. So it's like, this is going to lead in to 2021. There's every little thing that's going to happen is going to be about this.